hello, and why did I write it like that? And welcome to today's video. Today we will just be doing a simple draw with me as I prepare for next week's video. Inspired by the last draw with me we did, I wanted to work on my scenes and perspectives in preparation for my book, so let's get into it. While scrolling through my saves of food photos, I came across this one and was reminded that honey toast exists. Honey toast, from what I can recall, are basically just large pieces of bread filled or topped with a variety of delicious treats. With that said, I chose to do a honey toast cafe run by frogs. I also added in some extra goodies like a parfait, cat-shaped bread, and the tea kettle snail we created in this video, where the cat inside sells pastries. What I mostly wanted to focus on was creating a feeling of life. For example, usually when I draw scenes like this, the creatures in it aren't usually interacting with each other. They're mostly just existing, like sitting or laying down. So for here, I wanted more expressions, more interactions between the characters and the setting. All of this to help me apply what I learned here into the scenes of my book, so you'll have more things to look at rather than just search for Gandalf. Things to keep your eyes going all over the place to savor the scene on top of the search. I do have to admit though, colors were not my friend during this process. I was happy with the sketch and the line art portion, but when the coloring came, I blanked because it felt so bland to me. I tried to revive it with those little colorful lines to try and add texture and a bit more color, but still I started to fall out of love with the illustration. And on top of that, I wanted to move the characters a bit to add that extra oomph to the liveliness. Love giving myself more things to do. And I didn't want to not do the little animation because I was too deep into it to give up. I also didn't like the empty spaces in the back, but since I just finished moving the characters and already committed 16 hours to this piece and was also unable to go in and add more to the back, I left it as is. Who knows? Maybe I added something in the back after I read the script and edited in. I also felt the toast looked too bland too. I realized after finishing the piece, I should have at least added creases and texture to the toast to make it feel more lifelike or something. Even though this illustration ended up being a disappointment, I was able to accomplish what I wanted, which was work on my scenes and characters. The characters did end up looking cute, so I'm happy with that. And in that process, I also learned that adding personality to things will help me like the finished product more in the long run. So I'll have to keep this in mind going forward. It's a learning experience, y'all. For me especially, since I'm going through I need more texture in my pieces, they're starting to look too smooth to me phase, which I feel like I go through those often. That's why I change brushes probably every month. Tapping in, it's editing Keiko. I did in fact end up going back in after recording the script and spent another 3 hours fixing the things I wanted to fix, such as adding more foliage in the background, adding my ghost cats to fill up some space, added sprinkles to not only bring in more color, but to also add a bit more life to the cream because it looked sad. Then I added some lights, and lastly, I did redo the slight movement. I did a lot. I did all of this because I felt like I would start disliking the piece the more I looked at it, and I wouldn't be proud to post it too. With these changes, I am pretty happy with the outcome, something I am happy to post and show others. I am still not 100% pleased, but I'll make another scene similar to this, but even better, okay? I'll become stronger after this. Also, there's always going to be at least one person out there who will think this is cute and doesn't see any issues with it, and that kind of eases my stress a bit. Without further ado, the results. Here's the before version I didn't like, and the fixed version that I do like. Do you see a difference? I do, obviously. Here's also the little movement I discussed. Just like a slight, would you consider this like a little animation? I've been calling it like GIFs. So just GIF movement because it's so small. It's small, but I feel like it adds to the scene. Thank you for listening to me yap this entire time, and I'll see you next Friday. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. Goodbye!